Another day, another ridiculous rumor that Zack Snyder is coming back to do DC films. Look, I know, you may be getting sick of hearing these ridiculous claims from ridiculous grifters on the internet, but look, I gotta call it out. I gotta call out the ridiculous behavior that is out there. And the worst part about it is, it's kind of stemming from Zack himself. And people just eat it up. They eat it up. They love to take this information. They love to run with it and act like big scoop or big news or whatever. And look here. This is where it's coming from, okay? Because let's just kind of get into it here. Zack Snyder the other day, honestly, this was 6 days ago. 6 days ago, he posted this on his Instagram. He got some clay pots here. And in the background, the graphic novel of The Dark Knight Returns. Now, we know that he is a big fan of Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns. We know that he has stated in the past that, hey, if I were to ever come back to DC, it would be to do The Dark Knight Returns. Well, the crazy thing is, isn't he the one that stated that when he did Batman v Superman, it was kind of an homage to The Dark Knight Returns? So, like, why is it that he would come back to just do it again? That's ridiculous. Here's the crazier part, though, okay? Because this isn't where the story kind of stops. So, our friends, Cosmic Book News, posted this, and they posted it on January 23rd, so just 2 days from me recording this, which would have made it 4 days after he posted that. Keep that in mind, okay? They say, or he says, Matt McGloin says, following recent reports, I asked my WB insiders for an update on the state of the DC universe. Here's the latest. He says, Zack Snyder's Justice League plans might not be what you think anymore, and James Gunn is being kept from over-promising on his DCU plans. My DCU insiders tell me that while Snyder has shared some of the previous Justice League plans publicly, when? His current ideas have shifted because superhero movies have shifted. And like everything else at Warner Brothers Discovery right now, what happens next depends on who ends up owning the place. That backdrop got even messier this week after Bloomberg reported FCC Chairman Brendan Carr sees legitimate competition concerns with Netflix's proposed acquisition of Warner Brothers studios and streaming businesses, concerns he doesn't share if Paramount Skydance were to acquire those assets. From what I've been told, this is from what Matt McGloin has been told, Zack Snyder's SnyderVerse is fully back in play with the Warner Brothers Discovery sale to Paramount. Saudis are still involved. While the hope is that if Netflix ends up buying Warner Brothers Discovery, Snyder could do The Dark Knight Returns with Ben Affleck. What? While Christopher Nolan said he won't be directing at Netflix, I'm told Nolan could still be involved and would consider working with Zack as an executive producer since Zack values his opinions. Look, this is complete and utter bullshit, first and foremost, okay? What Matt McGloin has done here is he has gone and said, let's retread what I stated a couple months ago. Let's retread that because I'm not getting the clicks right now. Nobody cares about what I'm saying about non-Snyder stuff. So let's re-examine that and maybe I'll get some more clicks again. This man loves to rile up the SnyderVerse crowd. Now, here's the crazy thing, and I'm going to give the SnyderVerse fans some credit. They have caught on. A majority of them have. They've caught on. they've realized that this guy is a complete tool bag and has no insiders, no information, no legitimate sources on anything here. That this is all bullpucky. And it's true. This is all complete nonsense. Because let's face it, the fact that he's sitting here saying that Zack Snyder is doing all of this is complete ridiculous behavior. Okay? It is. It's completely ridiculous behavior. But the problem that I'm seeing here is that there are still people out there who believe this. So this coming from I don't know who this is, Fire Emmerich and Amada, Restore the SnyderVerse. First off, why do you, get with the picture here? That's ridiculous. Posted this, as it's some big news. Zack Snyder has new Justice League plans as James Gunn is kept quiet. Well, James Gunn is not kept quiet. James Gunn is moving forward with DC Studios in the DCU. Okay? But here's what's even more disappointing. A website, a YouTube channel that I have actually enjoyed partaking in and watching and perusing their site for quite some time, Geeks and Gamers, has fallen victim to this. Has fallen victim to Cosmic Book News. As you can see, Zack Snyder's plans, DC Return, Dark Knight Returns movie with Ben Affleck if Netflix wins Warner Brothers deal. And they actually quote Cosmic Book News here. I'll give them a little credit. They say rumor, but it's not a rumor, guys. It's not a rumor. And that is the big problem with this. The big problem here is people believing Cosmic Book News. The big problem here is believing that Zack Snyder is coming back to DC at all. This isn't anything that we've... Zack has done this before. Look, I'm going to show it again. I'm going to show what he... Okay, look, he has a photo. And he puts one of his favorite, if not his favorite, Batman book on display in his photo. But let's not forget what he did in Thanksgiving a few years ago whenever he put Final Crisis or whatever it was in the background. He's not above riling up his fan base for no dang reason. He does that because he wants clicks, he wants views, he wants interactions on his posts. He does that because it's going to get him follows, it's going to get him interactions, it's going to help the algorithm. People refusing to acknowledge that right now, come on, you have to realize this at this point. You do. You have to realize it at this point that is what is going on. Right? I realize it. Do you realize it? Hopefully you do. Regardless, let me know your thoughts about this. I'd love to hear what you think about this in the comments below. So hit that like button, hit subscribe as well. Share this around. Make sure people know the truth of what is happening here because it's crazy to me. It is absolutely crazy to me that people are still this obsessed and this crazy-minded to think that Zack Snyder is coming back because some just fool named Matt McGloin is saying so. I will catch you all later.